At this point, we are being joined by the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State, Chief Nyesom Wike. Mr. Wike, thanks so much for joining us on Nigeria 2015. We'd like to find out from you, did elections hold in Rivers State or not?
Thank you very much. It's very unfortunate, and that is what we have been preaching against, that politicians should imbibe the spirit of sportsmanship, that politics is not a do-or-die affair. I have heard the comments of the gubernatorial candidate of APC. I'm really surprised that people can say that. You would have watched me on AIT when I was voting, the kind of massive turnout of people. You would have watched the interview that I granted to them on polling units and several other places in Rivers State. The problem we have here is that, and which I sympathize with them, I do. I sympathize with them in the sense that their governor is the director general of the campaign of Buhari, and as a governor, the party expected from them that at least they should be able to win the election. And unfortunately, that is not to be. And that's what the kind of reaction. Each time that it happens, APC will always cry, will always say this and that. Ask them. The governor said that he went around and there were no result sheets. The argument of the governor was that there are no result sheets, not that people were not there to participate in the election. And therefore, he said, he told all his supporters to withdraw from the election because there were no result sheets. And I asked questions. We have agents. Every political party has agents. Now, if there's any problem, our agents are supposed to report to the party, this and this is what is happening. Now, what the governor did was, after he left his polling unit in Ubima, his ward, he went to another ward called Omarelu to now begin to reflect and present it.
Okay, so Chief Wike, let me ask you.
The representative can have voted. People gone back to their houses.
Chief Wike, can I just ask you, are you conceding that there were no result sheets in some of the polling units?
Election took place in Rivers State. As I speak to you, I'm just coming back from the collection center. I'm the agent of Mr. President at the State Collection Center. So it is very difficult, very embarrassing for people not to accept defeat that they know that was coming. Everybody knew that there was no way APC would have won an election in Rivers State.
Okay, now if we accept
and the rest of it, that they are on ground. It's very obvious. How can anybody tell you that?
Okay, if we accept that Mr. Amechi is partisan and therefore his comments are not independent, Mr. Chief Wike, if we accept that Governor Amechi is partisan and therefore his comments are not objective, what about the international observer we just finished listening to, who said that enough things happened in Rivers State for her to be concerned about the total outcome of the elections?
That already have told his people to withdraw. So it is unfortunate that they can come and make this claim. It's unfortunate.
Mr. Wike.
When you were demonstrating, I was in Raleigh as a collection agent.
Okay, Mr. Wike.
And I can tell you that it's unfortunate for a gubernatorial candidate to begin to lead a campaign against, these are the same people who were saying that they should use the candidate that PDP doesn't want the candidate because they want to rig election. Now the candidate failed, and they have already told them to withdraw, and others have said, use the manual. They have no choice. Election took place, I participated, I voted, and it will be very wrong for anybody to say no election took place. It's unfortunate.
Okay,
at
so
this time,
Chief,
that Nigerians think that we were moving forward.
Chief Wike, if we accept that perhaps Governor Amechi is not objective because he's a party in these elections, what about the comments we just heard from the international observer, saying that she wasn't very happy. We saw voter intimidation and that there were enough things that went wrong for her to believe that the conduct of the elections have been compromised.
Okay, so I'm happy. You said international observer said voter intimidation. Now, let me say clearly, I am not INEC, but I want to say that there is nowhere in this world where election has taken place and you see that election is 100% perfect. It is not correct. Now, if the international observer say that he or she wants a particular polling unit and there was voter intimidation, does that mean in the entire River State that there was voter intimidation? That is wrong.
No, she actually mentioned that it wasn't just one polling unit.
Which party was intimidating which party? It is not enough to say there was voter intimidation. The observer ought to have gone further to say, yes, I was there. PDP was intimidating APC, or APC was intimidating PDP. We must be very careful about when we say foreign observer. I can tell you authoritatively that I do know that APC is wrong, and I know I work in the system, and I know the modus operandi that there's nothing difficult for them to bring in international observer, because I have said so clearly that one thing you will achieve as far as the result is concerned is to try to disparage or try to make sure that this election does not have the credibility. So, and the international observer has come and said there was voter intimidation, which means people came out for voting, which means electoral material changed. Now the only problem was that there was voter intimidation.
Actually, Chief Wike, actually she also talked about tampering with voting materials, and she said she had seen this in sufficient enough numbers to be concerned about the total outcome of the elections. And she said she wasn't the only one, that there were other international observer groups, and they've all pulled together and put a report which they are submitting to INEC over the next few hours.
In addition to that, she said they visited Omuma, Tai, Boni, Kana, Ogubolo, and Ado East.
Now, whatever the so-called, the international observer, now let me say this. If she says, and I want to say this, if she says that election materials were done or whatever may have happened, which party was responsible for that? That's what you must say, that yes, I was there. PDP hijacked the material, or PDP played one malpractice or the other. It is not enough to say there was a kind of electoral malpractice or irregularity. Which party was involved?
I think
so you cannot come because she made or he made short observation. It is like omnibus thing. You should not ambiguous. You have to say, yes, I want that. PDP supporters hijacked material, or they start to manipulate the election. I'm not intimidated or frightened by the fact that a international observer will say this happened or that didn't happen. I'm not intimidated. I do know that river people participated in this election, and this is what they have been waiting for long. It is Amechi and Co. I know their modus operandi. I worked with them before, and I know this is what Amechi has been saying. This is what you will do. So I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised. Today, it is the police. The other day, it is INEC. The other day, it is INEC. The other day, it is Mr. President. Every time, there was one complaint or the other. Every time, there was one complaint or the other. You are aware that Amechi said that before even the list was published, that the INEC list was made of all 3 people. When we didn't even know, in essence, APC has made an attempt to smuggle in their own people and then discover, for example, that they were all PDP, according to them. So why would they try to explain the system? Well, when they want to explain the system and the system does not allow them or refuse it means that something wrong has happened. We must try as much as we can to be good users. It's not every time when you have lost election, okay. The only malpractice that took place is a River State. What about those areas that APC won?
Okay,
that
also there was malpractice?